WWE King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring 2024 is live tonight from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Let's not waste any time. 6 matches have been announced. Here are my official predictions for King and Queen of the Ring 2024. First of all, on the pre-show, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Now, without wanting to be disrespectful to Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, this may potentially be the easiest prediction anyone has ever made in the history of predictions in any sport. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are going to defend their championships with no problems at all. It wouldn't surprise me if this match is fairly quick, just an excuse to get Jade and Bianca onto the card for the Saudi crowd. But yeah, let's not waste any time. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to retain. Next up, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line in a triple threat match. Sami Zayn defends against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. Now, this is a match I am very excited for. I'm a big fan of Sami Zayn. I'm a massive fan of Chad Gable, and I enjoy Bronson Reed. I'm not totally convinced on his character work, but as a wrestler, he's a big man, good hoss fighter. However, who's going to win the match? For me, I think Sami Zayn. I know he has some sort of Arabic connections. I'm not entirely clued up. I believe it's something to do with his religion. But Sami Zayn, I think, always gets good reactions in Saudi Arabia, and I just don't think it's the time to take the Intercontinental Championship off of him. I would love to sit here and say that Chad Gable will win this match and win the Intercontinental Championship, because I absolutely adore Chad Gable. He is tremendous. However, I don't think it's Chad's time just yet. Maybe SummerSlam, a few months down the line, something like that. We can give Chad Gable his moment. But for now, Sami Zayn will defend and retain the Intercontinental Championship. Next up, the Women's World Championship is on the line. Becky Lynch against Liv Morgan. Now, this is a strange one for me, because the decision to make Becky Lynch champion was an interesting one. Not necessarily a bad one, but an interesting one nonetheless. Obviously, the plan was for Rhea Ripley against Liv Morgan. Obviously, Rhea got injured, so that's no longer the plan. So you ask the question, is that plan still going to maintain its place, but just a bit further down the line? We're not sure exactly how long Rhea's going to be out for. Let's hope it's not too long, because we miss her. She is amazing. And if there was going to be a title change, I think it would be this match. Spoilers. But for now, I think the safe option is to say Becky Lynch will retain. However, as I say, I won't be surprised if Liv Morgan wins. I won't be upset if she wins either. I think it wouldn't be the worst thing. And Becky obviously can lose the title and not be affected at all. But for my official prediction, I'm going to go with another title retention. Becky Lynch to retain the Women's World Championship. Next up, in the what I would say is the hardest match to predict out of the entire card, the King of the Ring tournament final on the men's side, obviously, is the King of the Ring, Randy Orton versus Gunther. Now, this is really difficult, I think, because if you had asked me before King of the Ring started, who will win without a doubt, I would have said Gunther. Obviously, just lost the Intercontinental Championship to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania in April. So he needed that next big thing to move on to. And King of the Ring is the perfect sort of mantle for Gunther. Obviously, the ring general, the King of the Ring general, if you will. It sort of fits his character, that King of the Ring genre sort of thing, so well. So I think he would be a phenomenal winner. However, from a storyline perspective, Randy Orton, now that we have the news that Triple H broke a couple of days ago, that the winner of each tournament, the King and Queen of the Ring, will get a title match at SummerSlam. Now that we know that, Randy Orton suddenly winning makes a lot of sense, because if he will go to SummerSlam and fight the champion of his brand, which of course at this moment in time is Cody Rhodes, there is a lot of history between those two, and that is a match that people have wanted for quite a while. Legacy, obviously, if you go back to the sort of early 2000s, sort of 2007 onwards, I think they were a thing for about 3 or so years, 2007 to 2010, with Ted DiBiase Jr. So there's a lot of history between those two, and I would absolutely love to see that. So you sort of have the story reasons for Randy Orton winning, the character reasons for Gunther winning, and I'm gonna go with Gunther. I think it just suits his character so well, being the King of the Ring. Obviously his whole thing is that wrestling is sacred and the wrestling mat is sacred. The King of the Ring would suit him down to a T. He would be the perfect King of the Ring winner. And I think there's other ways we can get to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes if that's the path that we want to go down. But for now, slightly undecided, and it could go either way, it really could. But I'm going to go for Gunther to be crowned the 2024 King of the Ring. Next up, in the Queen of the Ring tournament final, Lyra Valkyria will go one-on-one with Nia Jax. Now, again, this is a tough one because you have, on one hand, you have the dominant annihilator in Nia Jax, who's been, she's had her critics in the past. She's been doing some phenomenal work in the ring and character-wise for pretty much her entire run since her return. On the other hand, you have Lyra Valkyria, fresh up from NXT in the draft. Perfect way to make a new star and solidify her as a real force in the women's division would be to give her the Queen of the Ring title. And it's a really difficult one because there's a lot of reasons for both, similarly to the King of the Ring tournament. And isn't it nice to just have some unpredictable matches? That's nice because it really could go either way. And that's what wrestling is good for. When it's too predictable, cough cough, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, it's more difficult to actually care because you already know who's going to win. But Lyra Valkyria, Nia Jax, I'm going to go with Nia Jax. I think the work she's been putting on, she just pinned Bianca Belair, which isn't something many people do. I know they were sort of selling the knee injury to Bianca, but pinned Bianca relatively clean, which is a statement in itself. So for me, Nia Jax, the Queen of the Ring tournament winner. And last but not least, the undisputed WWE Championship is on the line. Cody Rhodes defending against the United States champion Logan Paul. Now, I did a video last week talking about all things Cody Rhodes, all of the criticism he's been getting, the booking he's been getting. So if you haven't watched that, feel free to go and watch it. Watch all my videos, please and thank you. But I think it's fairly obvious, I think that Cody Rhodes is going to win this match, if we're honest. I really enjoy Logan Paul. I think he is a fantastic wrestler. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think he's a just truly dislikable person, but in the sort of best way possible in a wrestling context. Whether regardless of your opinions of him outside of wrestling, if you look just at him within the WWE, he has been amazing his entire time. Great character worker, great heel, amazing wrestler when he has absolutely no right to be as good as he is. And I think they'll try and keep him looking clean. I think this will be a really good match, especially with SummerSlam, I believe, being in Logan's hometown. So it's fair to say he'll have a big marquee match on that show. So they'll want to keep him looking strong. And the Saudis love Logan Paul, which is why we got that Roman Reigns match. Not last year, the year before, 2022, I think. But Cody Rhodes will retain. I don't think there's much doubt about that. But some shenanigans will be involved. I would assume we had the brass knuckles thing that they were doing. He gave his brass knuckles to Michael Cole at the press conference, and then excuse me, sorry. And then the Cody Rhodes got the ref to do a search of him in the ring on SmackDown. Find out he had more brass knuckles on him. They got taken away. I'm sure he's probably going to have a third set of brass knuckles, so we'll see if they get used. We'll see what happens. But for me, in the what I assume will be the main event, Cody Rhodes to retain the undisputed WWE Championship against Logan Paul. And those are my predictions. Fairly straightforward for most of the matches, or the title matches at least. The King and Queen of the Ring, a lot less predictable, which is amazing because obviously that's the gimmick of the pay-per-view. But obviously I'm sure it's going to be a great show. I'm just looking at the match card and I'm excited for pretty much every match except for the Women's Tag Team Championship match, because it's just going to be a squash really, isn't it? But enjoy King and Queen of the Ring. Don't forget the early start time if you are watching this before the show. Yeah, please like the video, please subscribe for more weekly wrestling content. Sorry this one's out a bit later this week, but I wanted to watch SmackDown before I made the predictions, so I knew I had the entire finalised match card. Do you agree with my predictions? Do you disagree? Let me know. I think in my last predictions video, I think I got one wrong because I very stupidly predicted the super team of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to lose. So, you know, we'll never make that mistake again. But those are my predictions. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Please like, subscribe to the channel for more weekly wrestling content, and thank you for watching.